What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. If you have missed the previous episodes, I highly recommend go checking them out because they have been some insane ones. We're using Cherrim. We're still using Cherrim, and it has been putting in all this work. We got Cherrim, Groudon, Yveltal, Tapu Koko, Stakataka, and Incineroar. There is a QR code and a pay spin of this team down below if you do want to try it out. But I would really appreciate it if we could hit the like goal as normal, 175 likes, which would have been the original like goal if you want to see a QR code of this team. But of course I already uploaded the QR code, but would still appreciate if we could hit the like goal. But otherwise, let us continue on and play some more games with this team, because this team extremely fun, extremely solid from how it's been playing. Like, I felt very comfortable using this team in general. Like, I don't know, there are some teams that just don't feel comfortable. This one has been pretty comfortable for me. Like, I feel like I've been able to pilot it decently. As we got our first opponent of the day from Japan, 1636 rating. A Quillfish, which is okay, Quillfish and Tornadus Incarnate. We also got Solgaleo and Kyogre. Yveltal is amazing this matchup. Serena is difficult to handle though. Serena is going to be difficult to handle. I think I lead Groudon Yveltal because it's probably a fast Kyogre, I would imagine. Yeah, it'd probably be fast Kyogre, and I don't want my opponent to have to weather right off the bat. I'd rather save it. I'm going to go Tapu Koko Cherrim in the back. I don't really need Incineroar in this matchup. Tapu Koko's Volt Switch can be really useful. And Cherrim is just Cherrim, where it allows me to switch. Wait, that Ludicolo doesn't have an item. I guess my opponent just forgot the item, because I don't think there's a reason ever to not run a no item Ludicolo unless you don't want to take the knockout damage from Yveltal. But that would be super specific, and yeah, it's super situational as well. I guess you are really weak to Yveltal, but still, a no item on Ludicolo. Yeah, don't know what I want to say about that. As we are going to find our first game for today's episode, let us see how this is going to go. I think the main strategy of this game is just try to win the Weather War. It's like always this matchup with Groudon and Kyogre. Let's see, Groudon, Yveltal. I actually really like some games with like opposing Groudons. We haven't got many of those, but yeah, we're gonna see Tornadus and the Kyogre. No surprise there. Oh, it could be Rain Dance Tornadus. If that's the case, that could be really bad actually. We will get the Drizzle scene. Yeah, it's Scarf Kyogre, okay. So we could see Rain Dance Water Spout. I think Kyogre has to switch out here. I'm not sure what Tornadus is really going to do. I think I'm going to go Cherrim here and go for the knockoff right away into the Kyogre. Yeah, I kind of like going for the knockoff into Kyogre immediately, because if it is that Rain Dance play, and because Kyogre didn't switch out, I'm assuming that this is going to be the case. So I'll bring out the Cherrim here with the Flower Gift. Oh, maybe I should Sucker Punch, but I don't think Sucker Punch KOs. Yeah, it's a Rain Dance. But then again, like, you didn't know if Kyogre was you didn't know if it was going to be Rain Dance 100%. So I feel like my play is still optimal here because of the fact that I'm not going to get knocked out here, which is pretty big. So Cherrim will transform. Origin Pulse. Oh, it's not even going to be my opponent's not even going to lock in. Water Spout. Okay. So we'll go for the knockoff here into the Kyogre. Big damage. Get rid of that Choice Scarf. Tapu Koko looks pretty good, but the problem is, how do I get Tapu Koko in? I don't want to sack Yveltal either, because Yveltal is actually really good in this matchup. Kyogre, I think, forced to switch out or retreat. I could go for Helping Hand Sucker Punch. Tornadus is the big issue, and I could see Serena coming in. Serena coming in would be very difficult. I think I'm going to go Groudon for Cherrim and just Protect here, because it covers the Serena play. Because, yeah, Kyogre is switching out. I'm guessing that's Serena. Yeah. And also Hurricane's going to only be 50% accurate, which is kind of what I'm going for here. I'm pretty sure that means it's a Hurricane into my... I would imagine it's a Hurricane in Yveltal, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. Yeah, so I could have just went for, like, Sucker Punch right away into Kyogre. Well, I guess it doesn't change much. Getting the knockoff is probably better because I don't think Sucker Punch would have KO'd. Even with the black glasses and the boost, I'm pretty sure like it would have barely missed a knockout anyway. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting now. I did get Groudon into a really good spot here. I can Fire Punch the Serena here. And I think I could go Tapu Koko. This Serena has to be really fast. I could see feints into something from the Tornadus, I guess. It really just depends. I don't know what moveset this is gonna be. Could be Heat Wave, I guess. I mean, Rain Dance, you wanna assume it's Tailwind. Hurricane, maybe it's Protect, I don't know. We'll bring out Tapu Koko because Tapu Koko will literally destroy my opponent's team once in the spot, and I don't want to lose Yveltal yet. It's definitely great. Feint gonna come out. Are you gonna go for the 50% Hurricane? Yeah, you're gonna go for it. It does miss though, but that is a 50% accurate move. It's a 50-50, and it wouldn't have KO'd regardless. Ooh, that lives. Okay, that's neat. Groudon can switch out here. I'm pretty sure Tornadus is gonna try us up Tailwind. Yeah, I think Tornadus goes for Tailwind here. I think I'll just go Cherrim here. I'll go Cherrim, I'll go for Electro Web. I want to say Electro Web knocks out Serena at that range, and slowing down the Tornadus would be good. Getting rid of Serena would be amazing too, because then I can just Sucker Punch with my Yveltal, which is really good here. So we'll bring out Cherrim here. Unfortunately, we did lose our Focus Sash, which is like a main issue. This Tailwind is going to come out, no surprise there. And if Electro Web just knocks out Serena, and I get the damage off in the Tornadus, that's fantastic. As yeah, Electro Web comes out. Doesn't actually knock out Serena, but that could be more helpful for me depending on what Serena goes for here. Probably Power Whip. Yeah, Power Whip into my Tapu Koko. No, it targets my Groudon. Oh, that's even better actually. Now I don't know how fast Tornadus will be. It's probably max speed. It probably outspeeds my Tapu Koko, so that's a little bit unfortunate. How much do I need Cherrim? I don't need Cherrim as much anymore, because if I win the Weather War here, my opponent decides to Hurricane the Cherrim, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. Is there a drawback to going for Protect plus Electro up here? Because I'm going to be faster than Serena. I'm very confident in being faster than Serena here. Because I think it's Assault Vest bulky. I might as well just Protect Electro. If you feint Hurricane, it doesn't even matter, I think, into the Cherrim. I think it wouldn't matter to me too much. We're going to see Serena retreat here, and I'm guessing it's a Hurricane into that slot. We're going to see Solgaleo come out. Okay. So, unless this Tornadus has something like really, really clutch here, we'll see. It's going to be a Hurricane into Cherrim. Okay. Electro Web will come out, does connect with the Tornadus, as well as damage into Solgaleo to put him guaranteed Precipice Blades range. That's pretty good. I do get rid of my opponent's speed control factor. Also, I'm pretty sure that Yveltal just wins at this point. I really just don't see how my opponent breaks through Yveltal. We're going to see the Kyogre come out. Bring up the Drizzle. Probably just going to be Origin Pulse and Sunsteel Strike coming out. Do I have a switch in for that? I mean, my Groudon's healthy, isn't it? I could go into Groudon, hard Groudon. But I could also just decide to lose Cherrim as well, so I can bring up my Yveltal. Tailwind is a little bit concerning, I guess. It's a Tailwind turn that I'm a little bit afraid of. I think I want to just... Actually, I think I know what I want to do. I want to go for Grass Knot. I want to protect Tapu Koko. Then afterward, I want to go Yveltal. And then go out on a Groudon for Tapu Koko. Yeah, I like that, actually. We're going to see Sunsteel Strike, no surprise. Oh, and the Tapu Koko, actually. And a Origin Pulse. Okay, my opponent didn't respect the Cherrim. My opponent did not respect Cherrim because I knock out the Groudon, the Kyogre here. And that's super good for me. Because now Groudon's able to win. And Yveltal. That's fantastic for me. So Kyogre gonna go down to the Grass Knot. There is the Serena in the back. I think I just go for Grass, not Electro Web. No, I Volt Switch to Serena. I double up the Serena slot, 100%. Because even if my opponent gets a double knockout, Tailwind expires for my opponent, I get Yveltal Groudon in, and that's game. I just don't see how my opponent comes back from that. So yeah, we'll double up the Serena here. I don't see how my opponent gets out of the Sunsteel Strike. Going to come out into, I'm guessing that's the Tapu Koko. I'd be really shocked if it's not Tapu Koko. Yeah. Tapu Koko goes down, which is good. And then the U-turn gonna come out, knock out Serena. So that U-turn, okay. Yeah, it's definitely AB. U-turn, feint, probably high jump kick, and whatever it is, power whip. Alright. Yveltal and Groudon. Also, I apologize for all the background noise. They were cutting the grass earlier, and if you don't know from my streams, like, sirens go off a lot here. So, Yveltal, Groudon. I think I just click knockoff into Serena, and I click Fire Punch. If it's policy, do I want to risk it living? I'd rather go for Blades, I think. Yeah, we'll go for knockoff. We'll go for Precipice Blades. I could knock out the Solgaleo too, but I'm pretty sure Solgaleo is the only one that can protect here. So we'll knock off Serena, and I don't want attacking to protect. Serena crits me, for instance, and then I lose the game from there. I'd rather just get rid of Serena, which I'm very confident. Yep, Assault Vest. Sunsteel Strike going to come out. And with the Precipice Blades, I think I have either 2 or 3 shots to connect, depending on how much Sunsteel Strike does to Groudon, so I'm pretty okay with this spot. Yveltal going to go down to Sunsteel Strike, but Blade should be able to... Oh, it's Life Orb, so I just Fire Punch afterward if I miss. And I do miss, so doesn't matter, Fire Punch here. And there's no move that Solgaleo gets that can one-shot Groudon. Unless, like... I don't know. I don't think there is. Unless there's something super crazy I don't know about. Solgaleo should be Sunsteel Strike. I guess you could go for Zen Headbutt, I guess, if you have it. Like Zen Headbutt. Miss. We're going to see Protect here. Probably just trying to stall off the sun. Although, yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. Fire Punch. Because you're definitely going to go down to Fire Punch after another hit of recoil. We're going to see Sunsteel Strike. You don't even have Zen Headbutt. So that should be game. It's probably Sunsteel Strike. Knock off superpower, I would imagine. So you have to go for like crit Sunsteel Strike and hope that knocks out. And I don't think that knocks out. Yeah, crit would have knocked out. So we Fire Punch Solgaleo, and that is going to be a good game. So really nice there. I think overall that yeah, I could have. There were definitely some more. I think knockoff was better in the long run. Yes, I could have Sucker Punched, and maybe that would have knocked out the Kyogre, because I actually don't know that calc. I should double check that calc afterward, actually. But I feel like that it was just better to go for knockoff, because getting rid of that item was like super helpful in the long run, because it allowed my Yveltal to come in and knock out. It just... I think it would have been better, because I feel like a Scarf Water Spout endgame could have been scary at the end. Also allowed my Tapu Koko to outspeed Kyogre if it wasn't under Tailwind. So I feel like overall it was just better just to get that huge knockoff into that Kyogre immediately. And luckily I did call the Rain Dance. Like that lead like was so suspicious. Like you would have to assume the worst case scenario. But luckily my opponent went for Water Spout. Like Water Spout just saved me right there. Maybe was worried about me Sucker Punching and going for Blade, so that's why he went for Origin Pulse. As we got Camilla with the Blissey. Ooh. Haven't seen really too much Blissey. I feel like the only ones I've seen like are Electric Seed. Blissey's cool. We saw it a lot in 2010 just because it was able to actually sponge up attacks. We're going to see Double Intimidate here with Solgaleo. Blissey, Incineroar, Groudon, Amoonguss, Salamence, and Solgaleo. This is kind of an iffy matchup, but Yveltal does really well in this matchup. Yeah, Yveltal does pretty well. I like Yveltal plus... Stack is not good here. I think I just go Yveltal, Incineroar, Cherrim, and Groudon in that order. I just don't know which order. I think I could lead Yveltal here, plus Groudon. I kind of like that, yeah. With Cherrim and Incineroar in the back. I guess the main issue is going to be Salamence. I don't know what kind of Salamence. I mean, I would assume it's a Bulldoze Salamence with weakness policy on Solgaleo. That's kind of pretty much been Salamance's big role. Usually they carry like, I think it's Draco Meteor, Bulldoze, Tailwind, And I don't know what the last move is. Maybe it's Roar for like Xerneas. Maybe it's like Protect. Maybe it actually has Recovery, but I'm not exactly too sure about that. If it was a Kyogre team, I might assume a Fire move for like Cortana. But yeah, Yveltal is really good in this matchup. If I bring the Yveltal, literally can destroy if placed right. And I'm gonna bring my Groudon just so I can go for like, because if you lead Incineroar, depending on who your Incineroar partner is, I could go for like switching to Cherrim and Press with Blades immediately. That's always an opportune time. And I kind of want Incineroar as a switch-in rather than leading it, as we're going to see the Groudon plus the Salamence. No surprise there. As we'll lead my Yveltal and Groudon. Pretty sure it's going to be Tailwind coming out. Tailwind and something. We'll get the Dark Aura boost. My opponent's Groudon's faster. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe I should just knock off the Groudon turn 1 and go out in Incineroar. Or should I just knock off the Salamence? Because I'm tempted to just knock off Salamence and go out in Incineroar. Because if we do go for Tailwind, knock off and the Sucker Punch might actually knock out the Salamence. And Incineroar is nice in this game. It's not exactly the most useful Pokemon. So I think I'm okay with going out in Incineroar. It's mainly just for my opponents on Incineroar. I definitely need Groudon alive, and I don't want like something like Draco Meteor into Precipice Blades to knock out my Groudon. Although I don't think that knocks out by a long shot. I will go for the knockoff into Salamence, as we're going to see the Groudon retreat here into Solgaleo. No, it's Incineroar. Okay. I was just about to say that I don't think that makes too much sense there. Because I could just knock off immediately. So that works out in my favor, actually. Although I could have got huge Precipice Blades off, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, a knockoff and a Salamence, get rid of its item, is pretty good here. So, bring out my Incineroar here. Get the Intimidate off. We'll see if my opponent has Tailwind or not. Probably Tailwind comes out. And I also got the... Oh, Flamethrower, actually. And it's max speed on the Salamence. Okay, good to know. So we get a knockoff into the Salamence. So it does actually have Flamethrower, which is interesting. Roselli Berry, okay. Well, that makes sense. Although I don't think you live +2 Moonblast at all. I don't know who you fake out. I'm guessing you fake out the Incineroar. I just don't want double targets happening because that's concerning. I think I go for Tailwind on myself. Maybe I just Tailwind fake out the Salamence. We either exchange fake outs or I can get a Tailwind up. My Incineroar is faster. Or my opponent went for Flare Blitz, most likely. Yeah, my opponent went for, I think, Flare Blitz. Which is concerning because I do need Yveltal alive. Yeah, not the worst, I guess. Yeah, it had to be Flare Blitz. I could have went into Groudon right there. Doesn't do too much, fortunately. Okay. And I could go out on a Groudon for my Yveltal, and I think I slow U-turn out the Salamence. Because I don't want Yveltal to go down here to like Flamethrower plus Flare Blitz immediately. I want to reset the Intimidate. We're going to see Tailwind come out from my opponent's side, which makes a lot of sense. Next turn I can threaten with Sucker Punch plus Precipice Blades, and my opponent doesn't have a switch in. So that's what I'm going for. We get a U-turn off. Okay, you have to target on Yveltal, I think. You're not targeting out my Incineroar slot, unless you're U-turning out, but even if you U-turn out, that's fine. I still have a lot more pressure than you do. Bring out the Yveltal. Flare Blitz gonna come out, that has to be my, yeah, it was my Groudon slot. Still does a lot, jeez. But Blades plus Sucker Punch, I don't see a reason to, because there's not really much I'm losing here. So I'm going to Sucker Punch and Precipice Blades. It works out so much in my favor too if I'm able to knock out the Salamence, because I don't have to worry about like Bulldoze ever again, and then I don't have to worry about Weakness Policy prop, because if Weakness Policy is propped on that Yveltal without me doing the chip, like it's pretty bad there. A Sucker Punch is going to come out into Salamence. We do actually just knock out the Salamence, which is great. And the Precipice Blades, single turret, does connect with the Incineroar. Great. So that's a knockout Incineroar. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Cherrim hasn't came out in this game, but the problem is we've been, like, against the Salamence and Incineroar, it's been pretty hard to utilize it well. We're going to see my opponent's last two Pokemon, the Solgaleo and Groudon, I would imagine. Groudon does come out. I think I just knock off and then Precipice Blade. Oh, it's Blissey. It wasn't even the Solgaleo, which is what I was kind of fearing. Okay, Blissey's interesting. Can't I just go for Precipice Blades and knock off? I don't think Banded Groudon can knock me out with Precipice Blades. Yeah, I shouldn't be able to at this range. And I'd rather target down the Blissey and get rid of it so I can focus down the Groudon later. Yeah. So we'll go for the knockoff into the Blissey. That does so much damage. It's an Assault Vest Blissey? What world are we living in? Maybe I should have Fire Punched. Maybe Precipice Blades was greedy. But it looked like we hit it anyway. Okay, perfect. Wow. I'm surprised Blissey was there because Assault Vest doesn't really help this matchup. I only have like a Cherrim and a Tapu Koko, and I'm not bringing Tapu Koko for sure. Yeah, that just worked out so much in my favor. I'm going to Precipice Blades and knock off. Yes, I could double protect a solid Tailwind, but I don't want my opponent getting free momentum. My Swords Dance or Substitute match is just going to be forfeit, so we do take a win there. And I think we'll go for one more game, because why not? Overall, I feel like the game was just... I feel like my opponent didn't have much to bring against Yveltal. And Solgaleo, bring Blissey, I just don't know why Blissey was brought. It went down to so many of my attacks there. I felt like I don't think it was worth. I think you were better off bringing Solgaleo. Yes, Solgaleo was threatened, but if you're fast, I mean, at least you have something that can pressure me and force me to target it down at some point. So, yeah. And if you were able to set up that weakness policy, I mean, unless that foul play. Because you either got Tailwind up, right? And I don't have Tailwind, I have foul play as my last move on Yveltal. So, you could always, like, bulldoze into the Sunsteel Strike to knock out my Yveltal. Or under Tailwind, or if I do have Tailwind, unless you think I don't have Sucker Punch, but I feel like Yveltal should carry Sucker Punch. Otherwise, you probably assume I'm like Tailwind, Sucker Punch. Yeah, like if you assume I have Tailwind, that means I don't have Foul Play. So you could, if you activate your weakness policy and don't take any other damage than that, I can't knock you out, especially with Incineroar's Intimidate. That was what my thought process was. But yeah. Otherwise, I think the game was just me putting on the pressure, trying to avoid losing my Yveltal was pretty big there, because if I lost Yveltal, like, as you saw, Yveltal was basically the key, because my opponent couldn't really damage it right away, and Yveltal just able to tank the attacks really well. It took the Flare Blitz like a champion from the Incineroar. But yeah, I think we're just going to cut it out till we find our third game, because it's taking quite a while to find our third game. But then again, we are pretty high. This team has climbed up pretty bit, and that's pretty good since my last laddering session on stream didn't go well. So yeah, I think we're just going to cut it here. We'll be right back with the third game of today's episode. Alright, we got our next opponent, Todd from Italy. Man, it took forever to find the game. Ooh, okay. I think I know this QR code team. Isn't it like the Iron Ball Groudon stuff? Yeah, I think it's the Iron Ball Groudon stuff. I really like Cherrim plus Groudon. That's all I can say. A Cherrim plus Groudon is gonna be really fun. Think I'll lead. Do I lead Cherrim plus Groudon? Do I lead it right off the bat? Not sure. I could lead. I think I lead Groudon plus Cherrim right off the bat. With Stack Attack and Incineroar. Like, I'm trying to think what really harms Groudon plus Cherrim lead. Nothing really, other than maybe... I would assume it'd be Xerneas plus Amoonguss. Not Xerneas plus Amoonguss. Xerneas plus Incineroar, but if that's the case, I can literally always just switch out on my Stack Attack and my Incineroar. I can literally double out, so... Yeah, Coco's not really that good in this matchup. Yveltal could be good. It could be good. I just don't think it's that good. Because yeah, it's good against the Groudon Bronzong, decent against Amoonguss, doesn't really like Feeny, Incineroar or Xerneas though. And I feel like having Stack Attack up, because you want as many answers to Xerneas as possible, because seriously, respect Xerneas. You also should respect Groudon, but like Cherrim and Grass Knot is gonna do a good amount. And yeah, so like Grass Knot's gonna do a lot of damage to Groudon. Like Precipice Blades in the Grass Knot definitely knocks out Groudon. I think even at -1 Precipice Blades in the Grass Knot should still be able to knock out. So let's see what my opponent's going to do. We're going to see the Groudon Cherrim lead against Xerneas and Mungus. I feel like I can go for Helping Hand Precipice Blades and it should be able to knock out both of these Pokemon. And even if it doesn't, I still have Sakataka. Yeah. Incineroar should be coming out here, which would be okay for me, I think. I'm going for Precipice Blades. I'm going for Helping Hand. I literally get a KO on the Amoonguss slot if this connects. I don't know if I knock out Xerneas. I feel like Incineroar is the only switch that can make a guaranteed live for both of them. Xerneas, I think, goes down if I calc this right. I don't remember if I calc this right, but if I remember right, Helping Hand, Flower Gift, Precipice Blade should be able to knock out Xerneas. I mean, it's basically like a +2. But then again, if the Xerneas is bulky, I mean, we still have Sakataka, so I'm not really too concerned. And we have Flower Gift, so even if like Xerneas is able to get the +2, it's not going to be doing too much. So Helping Hand, Xerneas protects. I'm guessing this is Spore, so I kind of need to hit the Precipice Blades actually. Nice. That should knock out Amoonguss, because they run specially defensive in this format. Yeah, look at that damage, just knocking Amoonguss immediately. Goodbye, Amoonguss. That's what I like to see. Cherrim plus the Groudon lead just destroy everything. This is what I like in the Groudon mirror. Incineroar going to come out, no surprise. I'll just double out here. I'll go into Sakataka, I'll go into Incineroar, I'll click, Fake Out, Trick Room, or I could Roar to Xerneas. I think I'll Roar to Xerneas. Yeah, because you're faking out my Groudon 100%, and you're going to Geomancy. There's no reason you wouldn't. I don't think you Flare Blitz my Cherrim. Unless you predict Groudon to protect, but that's super risky if I go for like a Helping Hand Blades. So, we'll double out here. Because realistically, I didn't have to protect. I could risk the Helping Hand Blades. Because like Fake Out damage isn't going to really do too much. So we're going to see the Fake Out into the Stacka. And Geomancy, no surprise there. I'll Roar out to Xerneas, as we're probably going to see U-turn or Hard Switch into, I would assume Hard Switch into Groudon because you don't want me to Fake Out. Although I could see Xerneas attacking here. I kind of rather get Chip on a Groudon though. Yeah, I'd rather get Chip on Groudon. So I'll just Gyro Ball that slot and I'll Roar. Especially since I'm Eevee to live Timid. Moonblast from Xerneas anyway. So I'd rather go for this, yeah. And we're going to see the Incineroar switch out. That should be Groudon. Yep. Because you're literally just forcing yourself right here. Yeah, Xerneas protects. Yeah. No reason to trick him either because my Groudon's going to do a lot of work against my opponent. I'm just going to go for damage here into the Groudon. Because if I weaken Groudon, I'm pretty good. That's bulky. Like, wow. We're not even intimidated. That just took it well. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Is Sakataka worth keeping? Probably. Trying to think. If I get this free switch into Groudon plus Cherrim, I win. But the problem is the Sunlight turns are going to fade. I think I'll just protect my Sakataka here and go for... Actually, I think you Fake Out my Incineroar and Precipice Blades if you're my opponent. I'm going to go Cherrim. I'll risk Cherrim here. Because I feel like you can't take Flare Blitz damage if it is the Iron Ball Groudon set. So we'll bring out the Cherrim. We'll bring out the Flower Gift. Hey, do you like a gift? Sakataka protects. Then I protect Cherrim, sack my Sakataka. Fake Out is going to go out in Incineroar. You can't take Flare Blitz damage. Precipice Blades. No surprise there. Then I'll sack my Sakataka afterward. Because I really don't need Sakataka. I got Cherrim. Who needs Sakataka when you can have a Cherrim? I think everyone in life should have. Oh yeah, Gyro Ball didn't do much because it's yeah, that damage I think definitely confirms it's Iron Ball, because it probably affects the affects the speed calc. So yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Gyro Ball, protect here. Yeah, and Gyro Ball covers like Xerneas coming in randomly because he might be afraid of the Grass Knot. I don't know. We're gonna see the Flare Blitz in the Cherrim slot and a Precipice Blades. Please hit. I actually want you to hit. Good. Sun Phase, bring out the Groudon, click Grass Knot, click Blades. Yeah. Feeling pretty good. And Xerneas lost its power herb, so it can't really do much. I guess the worst case, well, what's the worst case? I miss Blades and he crits me. Yeah, but that's like if you're ever using Groudon or like Origin Post Kyber is like a win con you always have to go for. And I'm willing to risk it right here. And if I miss it, I mean my Groudon's still gonna live any attack from these two unless they have to double up Groudon. You have to like double crit. I think that's actually what you have to do. Or at least crit the Flare Blitz, I think. We'll go for Grass Knot and we'll go for Blades. Either way, these boosts are going to be pretty big overall. I wonder if Helping Hand Flare Blitz in the Sun with the Flower Gift knocks out Xerneas. I feel like I'd do 90. I feel like I'd do 80 to 90. Maybe 70 to 90 depending on how bulky the Xerneas is. But yeah, we'll go for Blades. We'll go for Grass Knot. Because the damage on Groudon is significant. I don't want the Blades missing. And at this point, yeah, I feel pretty good about my spot. So let's see what my opponent's going to do. Incineroar actually going to hard retreat, so I don't know about that. I mean, this is still going to be a Blades here. This is still going to be a powerful Blades regardless. And you didn't even switch out. Blades going to come out. That's +1 Blades because of Flower Gift. Oof, that damage is like insane. We're going to get the Grass Knot off. Finishes off the Groudon, and yeah, I just don't see what my opponent's really going to try to do here. Incineroar going to come out. I could probably just click Fire Punch. I'm pretty sure Fire Punch knocks out Xerneas with the even through Intimidate because we do have the Sun up and we get the Flower Gift boost. I could also just Blades here, and I think Blades is worth it because as long as I hit one of the two targets, I win anyway. And if I just hit both, the game's over. And I think I Heal Pulse my Groudon if it's a Fake Out Moonblast into the Groudon. Yeah. I like the play. Because I don't see a way for my opponent to really get out of the situation. It's really tough. Fake Out into Groudon, and that's probably Moonblast. Into Groudon as well. Yeah. I wonder if Grass Knot would have knocked out these Xerneas. Special attack drop doesn't matter. I just Heal Pulse away. And I don't see a reason not to just keep going for Blades plus Heal Pulse. I don't think Grass Knot knocks out Xerneas, unfortunately. I feel like it would miss the KO. So we'll just keep Heal Pulse. Actually, there's no reason to Heal Pulse immediately. We'll go for the Grass Knot, I guess, into Xerneas. Because you might, I think if you want a chance, you protect Xerneas, go for the Flare Blitz. Hope you crit my Groudon or something. Maybe burn it. Yeah. And I know Blades should still knock out Incineroar because the Flower Gift boost once again. So Blades, we do connect this Incineroar. That should be the end of the Incineroar. Oh wow, that actually survives. That's a bulky Incineroar. Okay. But I mean, Flare Blitz is gonna end your. Is that Cherrim? Aww. We lost a Cherrim. Okay, so it's probably easy to live like a Precipice Blades. Is that even possible? I gotta double check that. Unless our Groudon was like double Intimidate. We'll go on an Incineroar here. Relay click Fake Out into Fire Punch. Or we click Flare Blitz and Fire Punch. There's no way my opponent can win. Even if we have Dazzling Gleam, you have to. You can't even double crit knock me out because I'm literally at full HP with Spadef Pokemon. Yeah, I was at -1 attack. I'm actually surprised that didn't KO. Fire Punch. Flare Blitz. I don't even have to Fake Out at this point because there's no out for my opponent. We are able to take the win. And that will be 3 wins. Cherrim is doing work. I think so far with this team on back-to-back battles, I think we've only lost 1 game in total. Or no, I think we lost 2 actually. I'm pretty sure we lost 2, but that's still impressive. That's still impressive with Cherrim. Cherrim's doing work. Cherrim is doing work. Did you see all that work it was doing? Did you see all that work it was doing? But I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back-to-Back Battles. I think that game is just so hard for my opponent. Like, slow Groudon wasn't really helping. I was just able to put on so much pressure immediately. The knockout on Mungus was big. Once he brought out on Incineroar, it kind of seemed scripted because you're going to fake out, you're going to try to Geo, and then you have to try to bring out your Groudon. I feel like there were no outs for you because even if you doubled out, let's say Incineroar, go out into Groudon expecting my read, I literally just click fake out and trick Gyro Ball, or I fake out Trick Room, or I could go for Roar. There are so many plays that I have, like, the script was basically written there. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below, show us its support. As well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social medias, the side series on my channel, all that good stuff will be linked down below. If you want to support the channel, there is Patreon link down below. And of course, follow me on my Twitch channel because some awesome VGC 2019 live streams do happen on there. Feel free to leave a comment down below as I do read them. If you want to try out the QR code team, it is down below with the paste bin. And yeah, feel free to check out the previous episodes if you missed them because some pretty insane episodes. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.